Hello, my YouTube friends and family. This is the good guy here. I just wanted to do a follow-up video on the Hyperscrambler 2 from Juiced Bikes. This is kind of a 30-day review. Some of the questions I'm going to be answering is, would I buy it again? My pros and my cons of owning this bike. And kind of some riding dynamics and specifications as well. So right from the start, this bike is awesome. Has a ton of power, is very comfortable. The suspension on the bike is great. I am 5'8", 180 pounds, and this bike feels like it was made specifically for me. If you're any shorter than 5'8", I would tell you maybe this wouldn't be the best bike for you, and maybe to find a bike that's a little bit smaller. I am on my tippy toes when I straddle the bike, so anything less than 5'8", there's just no way that you would be able to straddle that bike and have both feet on the ground. As far as the power goes, both batteries installed, this bike goes far and is fast. So my longest ride to date has been about 65 miles, and I still probably could have got another 30 with the battery that I had, or the power that was still left in the battery. So there is no range anxiety when it comes to riding this particular bike when you have both batteries installed. As you can see, I am in Parker, Colorado. I'm riding along the Cherry Creek Trail. This particular trail, goes miles and miles and miles through Denver and the surrounding areas, and so definitely a great trail to ride on. Very hilly, but nice scenery, and there's a lot of people on the trail. So one of the things that I was concerned about was people kind of giving me the side eye because he's on a motorcycle riding on the trail. And to my surprise, nobody's actually really said anything, even though this thing does look like a heavy duty kind of a moped dirt bike. Nobody really has ever said anything. So I was pleasantly surprised about that. It's very nice going on the trail at 18 to 20 miles an hour. The bike can go all day. I don't even have to get out of eco mode for it to go those speeds. And the other thing that I like about this bike is when I decide to get on to the streets, I feel as though I'm not impeding traffic because the bike is fast enough to go along with traffic. And so it's not as scary as you would think it would be when you're driving out in traffic. A couple of cons about the bike that maybe it's just me, but anytime you turn on the turn signals, I always forget that they're on because you can't see them when you're riding. And so if you're not cognizant and you're not paying attention, you could ride all day and your turn signal be flashing. So you just got to make sure that you turn those signals off once you've committed to the turn and gone through the turn. As far as would I ever buy this bike again if I had the chance? Absolutely. This bike is awesome. Awesome. I think that this is going to be a long-term commuter for me. It has no problem, tackling the hills, no problem getting out into traffic. It's big enough to get out in traffic, small enough to be on the bike path. So, I mean, this bike really does hit a sweet spot, and I enjoy it immensely just riding it around. Let's see, another con that I would just be aware of when you're especially in the wintertime. The tires that are on this bike, any type of ice, hard packed ice or snow, you're gonna wipe out on this bike. It does not do well in snow and ice at all. So I think what I'm gonna do eventually is get some knobby tires to put on it to get a little bit more traction when it comes to snow and ice. Colorado winters can be very cold and snowy, so if I'm going to be riding this in the snow, having those tires I think would be a good investment. Well, guys, this is my 30-day review, as I stated. Really don't have much to say. If you guys want to drop me any type of questions, feel free to. I'm pretty responsive. I can get back to you as soon as possible. But if you're on the fence about buying the bike, I would tell you, go ahead, squeeze the trigger and do it. You won't regret it. It's definitely a good buy. And I'm very happy with this particular purchase. So hope all is well. You guys be safe out there. And once again, have any questions, just put them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Have a good day.